Over 500 years ago, a tiny seed held enormous power. In the Aztec Empire, Amaranth, or God's grain, symbolized strength, thriving even in poor soils where other crops failed. It was so important to their society that it was even mixed with honey and blood to form human-shaped figurines in ceremonial offerings. But that sacred role was nearly its downfall. When the Spanish conquered the Aztecs, they banned Amaranth for its role in pagan rituals. Today, it only lives on thanks to the very quality that made it so important to them: its resilience. The Aztecs recognized Amaranth's value long before modern nutrition science did. Its seeds are high in protein, contain nearly 3 times more iron than spinach, and are packed with heart-healthy oils like squalene. Amaranth also thrives in heat and drought, thanks in part to genes that regulate stress tolerance, root architecture, and water use efficiency. Its seeds germinate in both acidic and neutral soils, and its branching stems capture light efficiently, boosting seed production. These traits make it much easier to grow compared to its more picky, popular cousins. On top of that, it's incredibly versatile. You can cook it in porridge, pop it like popcorn, or even grind it into flour. Clearly, Amaranth is a superfood with the potential to enhance nutrition and food security in an ever-hungry, warming world. So if it's so spectacular, why isn't Amaranth living it high with the king of grains like wheat, rice, and maize? Well, despite nearly 6,000 years of cultivation, Amaranth has completely failed to leave its wild roots behind. Its seeds are small and prone to shattering, which makes large-scale farming tricky. Domestication alleles simply never took hold, so the plant still drops its seed like a wild weed. Compare that to its more popular cousin, maize. Humans took what was once a scrappy grass and selectively transformed it into the large, soft cobs that we devour today. So to understand why Amaranth didn't follow in maize's footsteps, researchers sequenced the DNA of 121 grains. Sequencing its genome not only clarified its history, but also opened the door to almost all future research on this crop. Earlier studies had proposed several different domestication scenarios, including a single progenitor or several independent domestications. What the genome revealed was striking. Amaranth wasn't domesticated just once, but 3 separate times, each from a different population of the same wild ancestor, Amaranthus hybridus. These domestications occurred locally, in different regions of the Americas, as people independently cultivated their native wild plants. What's more, even though these domestications happened independently, farmers across regions selected for similar traits. A clear example is seed colour. All 3 species evolved lighter, white seeds, despite originating from different wild populations. This trait, like seed shattering, was never completely fixed. Even today, about a quarter of cultivated amaranths still have dark seeds. Genomic analysis showed that white seeds never fully replaced the dark ones. Some dark seed genes were already present and persisted in the population. On top of that, ongoing interbreeding between wild and cultivated plants reintroduced dark seed over time. Together, these results explain why amaranth's domestication remains incomplete. A small ancestral population meant limited genetic diversity to begin with. So, does this mean that amaranth will never be domesticated? A century ago, maybe. But we live in the era of genetics. Using CRISPR, scientists can flip genetic switches to do some astonishing things. For example, we can lock in white seeds so that they resist gene flow, or target beneficial variants hidden in parts of the genome that traditional breeding couldn't reach. If amaranth makes that leap, it could finally live up to its ancient reputation. High in protein, rich in nutrients, resilient to climate change, it might just be the grain of the future.